Dear friends and viewers, welcome back to Kns Biochemistry. Every one of us have IQ, isn't it? Yes, of course. Do we remember and recollect our memories from the brain? Yes, of course. Do we speak from our heart or from our mind? You see that we have a lot of confusions between this brain and the mind. In this session, we are going to clarify the difference between the brain and the mind, friends.
This video will give you insight about what is mind and what is brain in the most simplest and interesting way. Let us do one simple exercise to understand where is mind and where is brain. Where is your brain? Really? Okay, you are correct. Your answer is correct. Now the second question is, where is your mind? Here? Really? You said that you have brain here or you have mind. Are you getting confused? This is what we need to understand. Where is mind and where is brain? We are often confused between these two words, mind and brain. Now I'll tell you what is the difference between mind and brain so that you will have full clarity about this topic.
The debate on the difference between the brain and the mind has been going on since the time of Aristotle. The mind is considered pure vibrating energy, whereas the brain is considered a physical manifestation of the mind. The following differences may help us to understand how the mind and the brain are two different entities. See, friends, brain is the central organ of the human nervous system. But mind is a faculty that manifests itself in mental phenomena such as perception, thinking, sensation, reasoning, memory, etc. etc. Brain is made up of blood vessels and nerve cells. Everyone knows it. But mind is not made up of any cells and it is hypothetical. Brain has a definite shape and structure. Friends, mind is not having any shape and structure. Brain coordinates movements, feelings and different functions of the body. But friends, mind refers to a person's conscience, understanding and thought process. Everyone can touch our brain, but you see that we cannot touch the mind.
We will understand it with the help of an example of computer system. We all have seen this computer system, right? It has two parts. One is called hardware part and another one is called software part. So these are the two major components of a computer system. Let us see what is hardware and what is software in a computer system. A monitor is a hardware, CPU is a hardware, mouse is a hardware, keyboard is a hardware. A computer will consist of many components that are called hardwares, which are visible, which you can sense and feel with your hand. Now, what is software? Software is the coded program which is not visible. But I'm asking you one question. Can you operate your system, your computer, without software? What will happen to your computer system if software is not present? Will you be able to operate it? Is it of any use for you? Why I am telling you this computer system? We will understand the difference between mind and brain with the help of the same example. Now we will correlate brain and mind with hardware and software of a computer system. Brain. Brain is our hardware. Brain is physical organ of the body. So we will call it hardware of our human computer. Mind is nothing but software of human computer. Please understand it. Brain is hardware because it is physical organ of the body. Mind is not visible. It is the software program of the human body. This is how we will understand what is the difference between brain and mind. We will first understand what is brain. हिंदी में हम इसे कहते हैं दिमाग या मस्तिष्क. As you know that hand, eyes and ear are the physical organ of a human body. In the same way, brain is also a physical organ of the human body. It is physically present in our body. So let us not get confused between mind and brain. Brain is the physical organ of the body. You can see it, you can sense it, you can feel it. It has weight. It is believed that brain has approximately 2% of the body weight. So please now have clarity about brain. It is physical organ of the human body. That's why we are calling it hardware of human computer. Now we will understand what is mind. Mind को हिंदी में कहते हैं मन. So now you have clarity. Brain को हिंदी में कहते हैं मस्तिष्क या दिमाग. Mind को हिंदी में कहते हैं मन. So when you are saying मेरा दिमाग खराब हो गया है, it means that time you are referring to brain, not to mind. Okay? It is considered as one of the faculty of soul. I'll not take you in this explanation of mind. We'll keep simple explanation here so that you will have clarity about mind. So mind is operating system of the human computer that gathers, stores and manages the information. Please understand it. I'll show you some animations, then you will have more clarity about what is mind. It gathers information from different sources because we keep on getting so many informations. So its primary responsibility is to gather the information, then it stores those informations. This is very important to understand. Now we have 2 points here. It gathers and stores the information, and ultimately it manages those informations so that desired outcome can be achieved. Now we have seen that mind is the operating system that gathers, stores and manages the information. At the same time, it is using hardware of human computer, that is called brain. So it takes help of brain because brain is the hardware part. Brain has so many components, so we call them processing resources of the brain. Mind uses processing resources of the brain and gathers, stores and manages the information so that desired outcome can be achieved. Mind is very important. I told you that what you will do with that computer which is not having software part. If operating system is missing from the computer, then what is the use of that computer? Similarly, if mind is absent from the brain, then brain will be called dead. It is of no use. So this is what is mind. Now let us summarize what is the difference between brain and mind. The first difference is brain is physical organ of the body. Mind is metaphysical. It is not physically present in our human body. Brain has shape and size because it is the physical organ of the body. Mind has no shape and size. Brain has weight. Of course, if it is a physical organ of the body, then it will definitely have some weight. It is believed that it has 2% of the body weight. Mind at the same time is weightless. Brain can be touched. You can touch the brain. You can feel it. Mind cannot be touched. If something is invisible, if something is weightless, if something has no shape and size, how you will touch it? Brain is hardware. This is very important. If you want to understand the difference between brain and mind, the most simplest way is to understand that brain is hardware of human computer. Mind is software of human computer. This is how we can conclude the difference between brain and mind.
Go to the doctor, right? Doctor will give you a sleeping pill. Now, where does a sleeping pill work? Where does it work, man? It works in the brain, but mind is not in the brain. Sleep is not because of the brain, because of the mind. What is the difference between mind and brain? You must be thinking, what is this fellow talking about? He must have gone off his bonkers. What is he talking about? Mind is not in the brain. Where else can it be? It is in the leg. 40 years ago I wrote a book, Wisdom of the Human Body. I wrote there, mind is not in the brain. The publisher, who was a PhD in physics, he called me and said, sir, do you know what you have written? I said, yes, I know what I have written. Sir, you are the dean of a medical college and you are writing mind is not in the brain. I said, yes, it is not in the brain. Can I publish it? If you want to publish it, you don't want to publish it, don't publish it. His name was K.H. Ranganath. He was a brilliant man. He retired as a Director General of All India Radio and became the head of the publishing department of Bharati Vidya Bhavan. But he said, Nimma hesaranalli maartene, maadi. And that book is out of print now. It's crazy. It's a lot of people want that book. Now what's happening here? We believed in the Western science which said there was a scientist called Wilder Penfield, a neurologist, a neurosurgeon who got the Nobel Prize for saying that mind is in the brain because I can stimulate the brain and make the body move. Yes, because it's a connection, that's all. You tickle something, leg moves. And the brain gets diseased, leg doesn't move. That's all the difference. But the mind is there. Where is the mind? Consciousness. What a beautiful concept. Do you know where it came from? The Sanatana Dharma, Gochara. See, Sanskrit is a fantastic language. Gochara means Gochara, where the cow walks. The road where the cow walks is called Gochara. Gochara, awareness. Gochara, consciousness. Fascinating. So all this came from the Sanatana Dharma. The same Penfield who wrote that the mind is in the brain, before he died, very few minutes before he died, he had made a statement saying that, I'm sorry, he made a wrong statement saying that the mind is in the brain. Mind is not in the brain and mind is outside the brain. Main with its millions, billions of neurons and trillions of synapses cannot even think of a thought. So consciousness is the canvas on which your thoughts are projected. Just see this thought. Science cannot understand it because science cannot measure it. Marie Curie says science is measurement, measurement is science. So did you love your husband? Huh? Can somebody measure that in science? So you don't love your husband. I always say jokingly, a nice good man is one who marries the girl he loves. But a better man is one who loves the girl he marries. That is the Eastern custom. Somebody asked me when I was a young doctor in England. He said, you hadn't seen your wife before you got married? I said, no. I mean, oh my God, how do you do that? So I was completely floored. They want the argument. So I asked him, can I ask you a question, sir? Yes. Did you know your child before it became your child? He said, no. Then do you love your child? Then he didn't talk. See, you must be able to tell them exactly what they think about. So, love is something nobody can measure, right? You love your mother, do you? Can you measure that? Unscientific. All this is in beyond science, in the conventional sense of the word. But the real sense of the word, what is science? Tell me what is science, define science. I know how the books define. Measurement is science, science is measurement. Then John von Neumann said, science is making models, which are mathematical constructs, which with verbal jargon are supposed to work. All this is rubbish. Science is simple curiosity, trying to understand this universe. That's called science. How does this universe work? How does it go on? Why does it go on? This is science. I'll tell you, our Western science is so rubbish. When I was a young cardiologist, one day when a patient was brought to our hospital at 2 o'clock in the morning, dead. He was just 32 years old, married 2 years before, and no children. And this man was so fit. Every day he is playing tennis, he is running, he is eating hardly anything except grass, and he is having checkup every 3 months with the doctor. And here he is dead, dropped down dead. So my boys called me and said, sir, his wife is making a lot of noise here. He was brought dead, but she thinks he is alive. So please come. So it was 2 o'clock in the morning. So I went. I didn't put on my shoe. I had a chappal on. So I went there. She was rolling on the floor. She caught hold of my leg like that. So tight it was. And she asked me one question. I completely changed after that. She said, why did my husband die, doctor? Did you understand that? She didn't say, how did my husband die, doctor? I would have given her a big lecture in the class. He had a heart attack which has got 284, he ate cholesterol, blah, 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 all bullshit. But I would have given that. But she asked a different question. Why my husband, doctor? You see, according to our books, bullshit. He had no business to die at 32. He was absolutely healthy, regular checkup with the doctor. He had a checkup ECG only 1 month ago, she says. Now then I found out for the first time that I am a bloody fool. I have not been able to answer the silly question. I was so proud. I got this degree, that degree, all nothing. But that day I changed. Then I went lot of research. I went into Sanatana Dharma, I went into this, I went into religion, teleology, philosophy, all kinds of rubbish. And there I found one scientist telling in 1844, Charles Sherrington was a Nobel laureate, saying that positive sciences of the West cannot answer the question why. They can at best answer the question how or how much, but not why. Ratio, is therefore not reason why. Then I realized, as a doctor I can say, how does the heart contract? Can I say, why does the heart contract? But you can say that if you know our ancient wisdom. We say your heart contracts to keep your blood flowing. And then what happens? Why does the blood flow? Very interesting. Narayan Suktani. Narayan Suktani is Dasa Suktani. 10 methods of propitiating God. There are puja methods, and Narayan Suktani is one of the oldest, thousands of years old, where there's a beautiful chapter which describes the heart so beautifully. And it says heart is like a lotus blood, but kept upside down with the tip slightly to the left. At the root starts a huge stalk which supplies God's energy to all parts of the world, all parts of the body. And it's called Hridaya. Hri means suck, Da means give. Now modern Western science did not know up until recently, to be very precise, 1999, that we didn't know blood is sucked into the heart.